Hi, welcome back. I decided I couldn't keep using a black screen behind me, so we worked on an updated air hockey studio. For years, our table was always in the garage, and if you know summer heat in Houston, that's rough. It's like a steam room every day out there. So for the first time, we created an inside room for the table, and it can also serve as a place to teach folks how to be great at air hockey. Let's talk about face-offs. In air hockey, each match begins with a face-off, providing an opportunity to score or gain possession. In an event like the Carter Cup, where every game begins with a face-off, these are very important. In tournament play, it's just the first game, so it's not as critical, but it's still one more potential score or possession. And at the highest levels, every possession is huge. I have 5 basic strategies or openings to share. Each has its own strength and weakness, and certain maneuvers and tactics will work extremely well against certain others. First is the standard opening. This is the easiest face-off strategy to learn and good for both beginning and advanced players. All it is a basic shot, usually a bank shot taken upon release of the puck. A backhand or forehand bank is the most common shot attempted, although a double bank can sometimes be employed, especially effective against a poorly executed crowd opening. More on that later. A quick release is vital to successfully using this technique. Usually, the faster player will win this face-off against an opponent who's also using this strategy. Straight shots can be effective as well, particularly against slower standard openings. The croc shot, invented by Brian Ocrocco, is a push straight shot executed with no wind-up at all. This maneuver was originally developed to counter the Australian Open, which is a strategy I started using in the early 90s. We'll talk about that one next. The Australian Opening, named because it's sort of an upside-down idea I had. Rather than positioning your mallet behind the puck to get ready for the face-off, you position your mallet to the side of the puck, basically leaving a wide open lane to your goal. When the puck is released, you move your mallet sideways, then pull the puck toward you as quickly as possible. This strategy is used to gain possession. It's not a scoring strategy. The Australian Opening is all about quickness and anticipation. One drawback to the technique is that the less the maneuver is telegraphed at the outset, the harder it is to successfully accomplish. If the player starts or even moves to the right or left of the puck before the release, his or her opponent will no doubt know what is coming. This strategy is best for advanced players. The counter to it is a quick standard opening, and specifically a croc shot. An Australian versus Australian can result in a hand-smashing test of speed. And this opening is usually unstoppable against an invitational or crowd opening, which we'll discuss next. The Invitational Opening. The idea behind the Invitational Opening is to force or invite your opponent to take a poor shot and simply defend it to gain possession. To execute the Invitational Opening, the player merely pulls back to his or her defensive position. The average shot taken off a face-off release is not nearly as hard to stop as a shot that's taken off of a setup. And so if one can get in defensive position fast enough, the Invitational is a deadly opening. This maneuver is very effective against lower skilled players who tend to make poor contact with the puck upon release. The invitational opening is typically safe for beginning players to use. The crowd opening. The strategy behind the crowd opening is to glancingly block the puck, forcing a deflected shot to rebound harmlessly on your side of the table. When the ref releases the puck, the player moves diagonally just slightly in order to make glancing contact with the puck after it's contacted by the opponent. The crowd's ideal use is to cut off the bank angles used in the standard opening. However, a double bank is open still, and an Australian opens very strong against this technique. The crowd opening will usually defeat the more passive invitational opening because the puck stays closer to the mallet during the crowd, allowing for a quick switch to an Australian pull or standard shot. This opening is effective against all levels of competition, but should be avoided against players who prefer the Australian opening. The Siegeworth Opening. The Siegeworth Opening, invented by Evan Siegeworth, was developed primarily to defeat crowd openings. To execute the Siegeworth Opening, the player taps the puck directly into his or her opponent's mallet in order to have the puck rebound back to them. When the puck's released, the player should quickly tap or flick from a straight-up position. If the player is quick enough, the Siegeworth Opening can defeat any open except the invitational, which will usually result in an easy giveaway. The Siegeworth is an advanced technique recommended for experienced players. Even knowing all these techniques, the key to face-offs lies in the execution. Intimidation, anticipation, knowing your opponent's tendencies, bluffing, and knowing how to deal with false starts are areas which play a role in more advanced strategy. The invention of new openings and derivatives of these will no doubt lead to better and more exciting air hockey. What's your favorite face-off strategy? Let us know in the comments. And please like, subscribe, and share the channel, and we'll keep posting videos about air hockey.